Everyone, we have some good news from the This Week at Bungie update regarding the future of the game. Maybe not the news you want to be hearing right off the bat, but progress for Destiny 2 is being made. What the hell are you talking about, Datto? Okay, here. In the recent weekly Bungie update post, game director Chris Barrett talked about some issues regarding Destiny 2. Here's what Bungie's been up to with regards to those issues, and a list of updates that they are working on. 1. New systems and rewards to give our most engaged players additional optional pursuits. 2. Better incentives for players who complete challenging prestige activities. 3. Better rewards and replay value for strikes, adventures, and lost sectors. 4. Private matches for the competitive community, targeting early 2018. 5. Crucible tuning, like adjusted supremacy scoring and better spawning rules. This particular thing coming in a patch very soon. 6. Better incentives for completing Crucible matches and penalties for quitting competitive games. 7. Continued improvements to Iron Banner and faction rallies, including uniqueness of rewards. 8. Changes to make the mod economy more interesting and impactful. 9. Ongoing improvements to exotics, including adjustments to reduce instances of duplication. 10. New ways to spend surplus currency and materials. And 11. An emote interface that allows players to equip multiple emotes at a time. I think the only thing explicitly missing from this list is ranked Crucible, which I know a lot of people, especially PC players, were looking for. Hopefully that's somewhere on the list as well. Destiny does not need to be an esport game, but man, they really need something other than trials with regards to PvP for the competitive scene. I really don't know why they don't want to embrace that, or it feels like they don't want to embrace ranked play. As for any sort of time frame for when this is all going to happen, they don't exactly have one. It's just stuff that is being worked on. But this is the kind of update that I've been hoping to see since Destiny 2 launch, and honestly, just in general, for many months. This is the kind of stuff the game has needed for quite a while, dating back to Destiny 1, and while I know this is all talk and no show just yet, I'd rather have these issues acknowledged than not acknowledged. A lot of people are going to say, this is stuff that we should have already had with Destiny 2. And I completely agree. You have zero disagreement from me whatsoever. There's plenty of things on this list that should have been in the game already. We're in year 4 of Destiny already, and the fact that certain features that were a staple in Destiny 1 or felt like a staple were abandoned in Destiny 2 isn't acceptable, nor does it please me that a lot of basic competitive features have basically never existed. But the fact is, we're at where we're at right now, and we need to make the most of it with our critiques. So, when do I think some of these things could reasonably come to fruition? Well, I think the expansion coming in December is far too soon to react to and implement changes based on player feedback. Way too soon. I think the absolute earliest we'd start to see some things happen, besides private matches returning in early 2018, would be the next expansion, DLC 2, sometime in April or May, or what I assume to be April or May. Seems like a long time, 6 months. But that's not a long time as far as development periods go. And as much as I'd like to see these features as soon as possible, I don't think Bungie trying to rush to put out some short-term solutions that don't really get to the meat of the problem is really going to help them, unless they have a rock-solid plan for the long-term already set. I'm sure Bungie was already going into the future with a plan, and having to either divert those plans or scrap them all together and start over means it's unfortunately going to take some time. The expansion in September, what I'm calling the Taken Queen, based on absolutely nothing, by the way, is when I think any sort of significant revamps might happen. And I base that on Infusion as an example. We all knew that in Destiny 1, at launch, the leveling system was kind of and in House of Wolves, they introduced a Band-Aid fix to the game, and then Taken King had Infusion, which was probably being worked on even before House of Wolves came out. That does not change the fact that it's disappointing that we're going to have to wait even longer, potentially up to a year, for some of these features to exist in the game. But again, at least we got some acknowledgement on the situation. Do you have a right to be skeptical? Absolutely. Do you have a right to go tell them it's a load of crap until you actually see something happen? Maybe put it in a nicer way than I phrased it, but yeah, you do. The only thing that's really going to matter is the end result. Anyway, just wanted to give a quick note on that. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you next time.